Yo, what's up, YouTube? We're here with another video. Clayton had no idea his murder was recorded. The thumbnail said something about being trans on it. I guess he probably did something to a trans person. Took them out of here. But let's just get to the video.
As you see here, are not the only ones that we have.
After this one, I gotta use the rest
There's
of
many,
bro.
many more.
Going hard on
And
these
keep in mind,
streams
19th
right now.
National
I recorded 3 videos.
is surrounded by
Like
many,
an hour
many
long.
cameras up and down. So these are just one of many images, okay, that we have.
This is 33-year-old Clayton Hubbard, currently being interrogated by detectives from the Milwaukee Police Department. But the crime in question took place a month ago.
3351 is a confirmed shooting. Black female. Shot to the left, right side of her head.
On August 29, 2022, police responded to a shooting on the 800 block of North 26th Street. When they got there, they found Regina Allen bleeding out on the pavement. She was still conscious, barely. But even with her life slipping away, she managed to give
Hey, he'd be lying if he said he couldn't tell.
police a description of the shooter and his car.
Wait,
Unfortunately,
that's not fair to me.
these would prove to be some of the
her to
last
say.
words she would say before tragically succumbing to her wounds. But her dying testimony didn't just identify her killer.
how much-
It laid out every step of
I got a
that
minute.
violent
I'm gonna
dying
restart
testimony.
it. I'm going to hit the rest
Keep
of
in
it.
mind that the images you see here are not the only ones that we have, okay? There's many, many more. And keep in mind, 19th National is surrounded by many, many cameras up and down. So these are just one of many images, okay, that we have.
This is 33-year-old Clayton Hubbard, currently being interrogated by detectives from the Milwaukee Police Department. But the crime in question took place a month ago.
3351 is a confirmed shooting. Black female. Shot to the left, right side of her head.
On August 29, 2022, police responded to a shooting on the 800 block of North 26th Street. When they got there, they found Regina Allen bleeding out on the pavement. She was still conscious, barely. But even with her life slipping away, she managed to give police a description of the shooter and his car. Unfortunately, these would prove to be some of the last words she would say before tragically succumbing to her wounds. But her dying testimony didn't just identify her killer, it laid out every step of that violent night, ensuring the shooter would pay for what he did. Known by her friends as Maya, Regina Allen was full of life, joy, and laughter. She was an active part of the trans community in Milwaukee,
We back. Let's
but
get
not
it.
even her tight-knit community
Get to the
could
stream,
stop
y'all.
what
My
was about to
bad. I
happen
used the
next.
restroom. I apologize.
What followed would send
apologize. How far we
shockwaves
in?
through Milwaukee's
Okay, couple
trans
seconds,
community.
My bad,
And
my bad.
But even with her life slipping
Don't
away,
restart,
she
don't restart.
managed
I
to give
apologize.
police
No
a
more.
description of the shooter and his car. Unfortunately, these would prove to be some of the last words she would say before
grab this blanket,
tragically
bro.
succumbing to her wounds.
It's hot though.
But her dying testimony didn't just identify her killer, it laid out every step of that violent night, ensuring the shooter would pay for what he did.
I've been recording. This isn't part of my recording.
Known by her
OBS.
friends as Maya, Regina Allen was
Enough talking,
full of
though.
life, joy, and laughter. She was an active part of the trans community in Milwaukee, but not even her tight-knit community could stop what was about to happen next.
Shit, man.
What followed would send shockwaves through Milwaukee's trans community and mark the city's
Damn.
third tragedy in
If you're here, throw me a
2022
follow,
alone
please.
involving a black trans woman.
Really
Following the shooting and murder of
Regina.
Regina Maya Allen outside her home, Milwaukee police immediately sealed off the area and began collecting evidence.
30 minutes. Oh, this is a good one. I forgot how long it was. I can't get too excited in here because it's hot as fuck now.
Unfortunately, they did not have much to go on. The shooter had fired one shot at Regina and fled the scene.
Damn.
Still, there were a few
Is it shot
things
at her?
that
Is
stood
it
out
live?
right away, hinting that this was not a
I mean, we already know
random
who did
hit and
it,
run
but
or
come on, bro,
burglary.
you just popped her?
One, for starters, nothing of value seemed to be stolen from Regina. Her phone and wallet were on her, and the door to the house was bolted shut.
Murderer. Got a murder on her hands.
In there. What's that?
Oh, this one of
There's
those
nothing
fucking
inside
precinct
it.
ass
In
house.
there.
Just apartments inside the building and shit.
Well, and she said he took off that way in his truck.
Passenger side shooter. Maybe.
2, more importantly, as mentioned earlier, Regina was able to give them a vivid description of the shooter and his vehicle. But 3, the most shocking part wasn't even about the shooter. It was about who was with him. Regina was in the car with her killer. She knew him. A second witness would soon confirm her story.
Oh, so she said the details of this man while she was killed.
Window, looking outside of the window.
Crazy
you
though.
saw
Like,
a black,
your last breath
Chevy
was like
sedan
seeing your murderer, bro.
with the first three of the license plate, Adam Boy Tom, I believe. Yeah, Adam Boy Tom.
Yeah.
They said,
Adam Tom is
shoot
a
down
crazy
on the
ass
passenger
name.
side.
You got two first names, nigga.
Dude gets out of the driver's side, walks around onto the sidewalk. They had a couple of words. He took the gun out, shot her, got back in the car, and took off.
That confirmation gave police what they needed. Using that statement and Regina's description, they tracked the car through the night and identified the suspect, Clayton Hubbard. The police were confident that they had their
Like a goofy
guy, but getting him in for questioning was another story. Even after releasing his name to the public and asking for tips, Clayton managed to stay off the radar. And it would take a full month before they finally caught up with him.
A month? Brother, you might as well just never came back. You
Or something?
That's cool.
Okay. And what kind of soda
might as well
was
just
Like
went to Ohio or like...
At this point, Clayton did not realize just how much evidence the police had on him. But what the detectives
just
didn't
went over
expect
to
was
Mexico.
how calm he'd be, as if he hadn't just been caught on camera. As the interview begins, Detective Martin asks Clayton if he knows why he's here, and his response pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the interview.
So, Clayton, we just want to talk to you about why you're here. Not sure if you got informed or not.
Mixtape, bro. Just
I mean, I got an idea, but I mean, I had nothing to do with that stuff, so.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get to that, okay? Like I said, I wanted you to,
Detective Martin proceeded to read Clayton his Miranda rights, who immediately locked into the innocent act.
Clayton, you understand these rights?
So I mean, do I need a lawyer? Like,
Well, that is entirely up to you. We want to discuss the matter while you're here, okay, which is very serious, but we know that there's obviously two sides to everything, right? We would like to get your point.
You killed her. You killed her in cold blood
Just sort of
on
from your
camera.
point of view.
Bro, you're going down.
This is a crucial moment. Detectives know that if they push too hard, Clayton will shut down. At the same time, they cannot let him keep up this act. So they tactfully reveal to him exactly where he stands based on evidence, while also creating space for him to share his side of the story. By the way, if you're finding this video interesting so far, do us a favor, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really supports the channel.
I got you, bro.
Now, let's dive back in.
Okay, there's surveillance video on this, okay? Now, people could interpret that differently, okay?
Oh, yeah,
And that's
let
why
them
I
smoke
think
his
it's very
fur.
important to hear your side of things, okay? Does that make sense? Because a lot of times, there's video, but yet without context, people are going to draw their own conclusion, okay?
On cam.
So,
On cam.
just keep that in mind, all right? Because the last thing I would like for anybody to
Stop
perceive
worrying about
you
this.
as being dishonest,
This
okay?
phone of mine.
There's certain stuff that happens. However, we as investigators or people on the outside looking in,
Things are
okay,
turned
we
over.
can only draw conclusions for what we have, okay? There's certain things that honestly, we don't have all the
Bro, I was gonna turn
answers.
captions on and I was
And
doing
it's very hard to plug in those holes and those gaps and fill in those missing pieces without not knowing the other side of the
That nigga know
story.
that's the last cigarette he
So
going.
that's what I would like for you to share with us.
He got soda and
Okay.
some chips.
So let me grab some material here.
Boy, you better ask for a whole Arby's meal. He need a buffet. Like he close, like damn.
Now, you might be wondering why they're being so patient with someone that they've already nailed with solid evidence.
Because they got no white.
The answer is simple. They don't have a motive behind the murder. In order to make a
They
solid
don't
case
know why he
against
did it.
Clayton, the officers need to tread extremely carefully and get as much information out of him as possible. At first, they only show him a few pictures and ask if he can recognize them.
Do you know who this is?
No, sir.
Never seen him before? Okay. You recognize that picture? I wish I could have blown it up.
They showed him that girl.
Okay. And what about this?
His car.
No, sir.
And what about this person?
And they showed La
Oh yeah, that's the day I went to I got some cigarettes at a gas station. I went home after that.
Okay. Anything happen out of the ordinary at this gas station on that night?
You're fucking fried, bro.
Just somebody asked me to sell him a cigarette. I sold him a cigarette, and that was about
You're
it.
getting cooked.
They asked me if I had any cigarettes, and I just sold him some cigarettes and went home.
Okay. Do you remember what that person looked like?
Clayton recognized the victim, but when questioned about why he was there or where he went afterwards, he started to struggle.
I went to my sister's house.
Where is that at?
So,
You're cooked, buddy.
like in Waukesha or something.
You're going down for
Okay.
what
She
you
let
did,
me
bro.
stay there for a little bit.
Don't murder people in cold blood, bro.
Anything in particular that brought you out that night to that area specifically?
Honestly, I think I was going to visit my child's mother or something, maybe. I don't know, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Or
At
like
that time of day?
or like picking somebody up from work, or like I don't even
You done
remember.
confessed for a month,
I
bro.
honestly
You
can't
know you
remember,
guilty.
sir.
Okay. So again, I want to point out to you the time of night. Okay. It's very early in the morning. Not too many people receive visits.
Probably
but
went to like
people's.
maybe I went to a bar or something. I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you recall if you would have been at a bar, where you hang
Bro,
out?
just shut the fuck up, bro.
I can't even really recall, man.
Literally
I just know I was going to get
speaking,
some. I just know I needed some cigarettes.
You gotta
like,
take
I
yourself
needed
down.
I wanted something from the
Stupid
store.
boy.
Maybe like some blunts or something.
Okay. How long had you been staying at your sister's at that time? If
Not really that long.
a day, a week, months?
Selling those cigarettes is the only thing that Clayton claimed to remember with certainty. But when Detective Stephanie asked him one simple
He
question,
knew.
Clayton's whole I don't remember act started to fall apart.
Keep in mind that the images you see here are not the only ones that we have.
Bro, fry
Okay?
him already,
There's
bro.
many, many more. Okay? These are just the basic. Okay? Just to demonstrate to you that obviously we know that you were there. This person is you, correct? All right? This is a vehicle that you have access to, correct?
He's
And
cooked.
keep in mind,
He cooked.
19th and National is surrounded by many, many cameras up and down, right? So these are just one of many, one of many images, okay, that we have. These are just the ones that I chose to show to you at the moment, okay? So honestly, I wanted to see how honest you were willing to be with me. Because I'm telling you straight up, I'm here to get your side of things.
You mind if I could have another smoke, sir?
On time,
Sure.
bro.
Do me a favor, just point it out.
Yeah.
My partner is very health conscious, so.
Clayton was lying through his teeth about leaving the gas station alone. Despite the mountains of evidence stacked
Fool.
against him, he stuck to his strategy of
Foolish,
complete
bro.
denial, even when it sounded absurd.
The matter for you that you gotta focus on, man, is what happened during that ride. And ultimately, what happened at the end of that ride.
Nigga, they know what you did
I wasn't
already.
there for
They
that,
know
sir.
what time
I can't
it is.
say like any of that
You
stuff,
cooked.
man.
You cooked right now.
Alright, I'm gonna wait for my partner real quick, but just enjoy your cigarette. You know?
Alright.
There ain't no one can give me.
Yeah, I think I.
Detective Martin decided to jog his memory one more time by asking him about his interaction with the victim.
I didn't really look. I just, I was in a hurry.
Okay.
I don't want to get locked out from where I was staying at.
Does that person appear to be a male or female?
I didn't even really look, probably a female. I didn't really
Shoot on my
look.
nose.
Okay. Do you remember any particular clothing?
No.
Something that stick out about her?
Stick out.
Mm-mm.
Any special features?
No, sir.
No? Tall, skinny, chubby,
Mm.
short?
I wasn't really paying attention. I was in a hurry, man.
Did this person engage you in
They
conversation?
know you shot her, bruh.
Yeah, they asked me
They
for
know you did
if I
it,
had
bro.
a cigarette and if they liked my shoes and if I had a cigarette or something. Like they tried to ask me where I got my shoes and I was like, I don't remember.
What kind of shoes were you wearing?
I don't even remember what shoes I was wearing. Maybe these ones. I don't know.
Okay.
You finna go down, bro. It's over.
Do you remember where you were that night before you stopped at the
Deep fry
gas station?
him.
I think I was at
Nigga, it's
home.
over.
Probably at the house I was staying at. Or I probably went to go see my mom or something.
His memory was conveniently selective. He didn't talk to the victim, didn't know her. He just sold her some cigarettes, nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember seeing someone?
I mean, that could have been that person.
Okay.
I was in our trying to believe.
This could have.
Okay.
Couldn't.
Okay.
All right. So you pull around. Right. You leave the gas station by yourself, but then you pull around over to the side.
What followed was a bombshell. Evidence so damning that it should have ended the game right there. Should have.
Clayton, what we're trying to get you to understand is that
Your
the
camera.
events, right, are captured on it.
It could, brother.
Okay? Honestly, this is just, I'm hoping that you're willing to be honest with us.
I'm
Okay.
being honest.
Because
Okay. Why did you pull over to the side of here then?
I can't even recall if I had to try to connect my phone to the thing or something.
Okay. All right. So the same woman in the orange there is walking across the street at this point.
Oh, he
from the
just
gas
owned up,
station.
bro. They know what the deal is,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay.
It's
So
going down. Sizzle.
there she is again, got the little tail end of her as she enters your vehicle.
Look, he trying to fake read it. Bro, they know what you did.
No. Maybe she just came right there to get the cigarettes or something. I don't know.
Okay, well she
noticed
leaves
my
with
truck
you.
and like
what happens on the ride? Where do you guys go?
I didn't even give her a ride. I just probably sold her the cigarettes and then left, sir.
So she leaves with you.
She didn't leave with me.
Is anybody else in the car with you?
No, I'm on my way home.
Right.
Okay.
Gotta get on the phone.
Clayton, as I mentioned to you earlier, man, this is your opportunity, okay? Again, ultimately, we're not the ones that decide.
Even after being shown proof that Regina left with him, he kept denying it, like the footage didn't exist. So the detectives changed their approach, hoping to make him face just how serious this really was.
Your car. Right there. That person right there.
Try to like you don't see
Damn,
that
get
shit.
into my car.
Bro.
I assure you it was that one, okay? Are you aware that the police made contact?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they went to like a lot of people's houses looking for.
However, there was no remorse in his demeanor, just
Yeah.
glaring self-centeredness.
Like the only thing I think of
If you're on TV being accused of this, being talked to about that in that manner,
I'm scared,
why
man.
wouldn't you
Like
take it upon yourself to come and clear the air?
I mean, it's not that I'm trying to hide or run. Obviously, I could have just left the state if that's really what I was trying to do. I wanted to like,
Well, not unless you
you know, like get a lawyer, like stuff like that. You know, it's like,
And you definitely
this is
have
scary,
all
man.
those
This is like extra, man. I can't. It's like something don't want me to win, man. Every time I try to like do good with my life, get myself together,
So you went and shot somebody.
get this like stuff always has to happen, man.
Clay, the thing is right now, only you know what happened that night, okay? And unfortunately, we can't ask that person in the car with you what happened because that person is no longer with us.
That's sad, bro. I feel bad. Like I had nothing to do with that. I wasn't there for any of this.
Detectives then turned the tone of the investigation aggressive, in hopes that amping up the pressure would snap him out of this act.
I'm not wrong for going to a gas station and getting.
You're not wrong about going to a gas station.
like that.
Guess what? You're not even wrong for meeting somebody at a gas station and wanting to do what adult people do.
Even after being directly accused of murder, Clayton didn't flinch. He kept up the act, pretending that he didn't know what they were talking about. So they shift tactics once again, this time appealing to his survival instinct.
But you better
As you
go
just
under-
put it,
It's
in so many
consensual.
words, it's consensual.
It's
right?
consensual. 100%.
You're not forcing nobody, neither is she forcing on you, I don't believe it.
Man, that's obviously
Everybody
someone
going
trying to
to
frame me or something, man.
Okay. That's what you want to go with?
So that's all I could think, man. That's
So just so we're perfectly clear, you
They
agree
got
that
you on
this is you.
cameras. Your car. Your
And you
license
agree
plate.
that this is you talking to her.
And this should never happen.
And you agree that this is her walking to your car?
I don't know, man.
And you agree that you agreed in the first place that this was your car pulling over around the corner from the gas station?
Clayton, however, has already decided that he wants to try a different strategy, making it obvious that he isn't going to crack.
You agreed in the first place that this was your car pulling over around the corner from the gas station?
I don't even know, man.
Okay, well, that's what you previously agreed to.
Do you have a twin brother? No? Okay. Listen, Clayton, we're not gonna go around in
Clay,
circles and
boy, you
waste
fucking
much time,
fried,
okay? I think you got some thinking to do.
Clay, you under, bro.
I shouldn't have to, like, for what? Like, I'm not, I didn't have nothing to do with that.
You can keep telling us that, but that's not the truth, okay? We know you were involved. It's just a matter of you actually just explaining to us what happened, because there could be a perfectly reasonable, justifiable reason for what happened. But for you to deny that you weren't there and it didn't happen and she didn't go with you is not the truth.
How long is he gonna put this act up? This video.
Clayton, I'm gonna let you smoke a cigarette in peace, okay? I'll give you a moment. If you choose to continue talking, we can. If not, I can take you back up to your cell and you can get some shut-eye for the rest of the night. But just know that I'm willing to listen, okay? To whatever you wish to tell me, okay? We haven't lied to you once, man, okay? I never bring people in here with that. I don't operate that. I don't operate that way.
Same time you got a job to do, you know?
Okay.
As the officers left the room, Clayton might have felt relieved, like he'd bought himself more time. But the lies and contradictions piling up told a very different story. The next morning, Clayton is brought back into the interrogation room in front of a different set of detectives, Curtis Pilchinski and Sean Lesniewski.
Some niggas, I mean business.
This time, however, there was no friendly tone, no build-up.
Ooh, they applying that
just
pressure.
They dive straight into the evidence, and Clayton responds with extreme caution, aware that every word counts.
It looks blue.
It's the lighting, man.
It's blue, man, to be honest with you. Dude, it's a Tahoe.
Yeah.
It's like the most common
Right,
truck
down, dog.
like ever, you know?
Something for you, brother.
Is it like one that you've
All
driven
you had to
before?
do is just not shoot somebody in their shit.
Nah, I'm sure you drove in one
How about
before.
if I show you this one?
So when you shoot at people, bro, and you shoot people, you get caught.
I think they showed you
You
a
gotta
picture
fight
like
for
that
your ass.
yesterday from the gas station, right?
Something like
You gotta
that,
fight for your ass.
Okay. Is that what you were driving when you were at the gas station as a
Good
Tahoe?
Pretty sure.
Pretty
Good
sure.
job, bro.
Okay. And whose Tahoe was that?
The
But as the questions kept coming, Clayton's story began falling apart again. He contradicted himself repeatedly, digging a deeper hole every time he opened his mouth.
Okay. So
Oh, he's cooked.
when you're driving around, what plates did you put on it?
I didn't put any plates on it.
You didn't put any plates on it.
Look at this nigga acting like he did.
Okay.
I suspect him.
Did you raise that truck up or was it like that?
I don't even know.
Oh my
It's
god, bro,
like
this
that.
video is boring, bro. Like,
What you guys used to
you can't
you
play
had
stupid if they already
the
got
fat
your
tire
car,
in the
bro. It's
back.
like no point in me finishing this shit.
Did you guys take those off from last winter, or did you buy it without the tires?
It's not even the guy whose fault was made the video.
Honestly, I think those
It's
ain't-
just that,
I think those are
bro,
for
I
a whole
know
different car.
that he's at fault.
What car are those for then?
I don't even
Can't play
know.
stupid this long, bro.
You don't know a lot.
You're under, shoveled. You're cooked, deep fried.
So yesterday they showed you a picture of you at the gas station, right? You said that was you.
Bro, you
Correct?
can get out of this, bro.
Okay. And then they showed you a picture similar to this one, where this truck was stopped on the side of the road, correct?
Dunzo.
I would say I don't know it.
Okay. Do you remember
Let's
that?
tell it, bro. This shit getting
Something
aggravated as
like
fuck.
that.
Okay. Do you remember showing up at the gas station in this Tahoe?
I went to the gas station to
They
get buy
talked
some
like-
blunts or like some cigarettes or something. And I was coming home after that,
Okay.
so
Who'd you talk to in the gas
8
station?
minutes of
somebody
talk.
asked me to sell them some cigarettes.
Who's somebody? What that person looked like.
Now, if you think it's a stupid idea to claim that you can't recognize your own vehicle, just wait until you hear what he comes up with next.
What does he say?
Okay. Number one, that's not true. Alright? Everybody, even people that have no money, have cell phones because they're free. Alright? So for you to say that, that is 99.9% almost impossible.
I
Alright?
mean, if I had one, it probably wasn't on. It probably just like used it for the music and stuff.
Oh my god.
Weird that you would both give us a number for you and said that they contacted you on regularly around this time. So what phone did you have, man?
I don't remember. I mean, I've probably had a phone, but I don't remember the phone number.
You remember your own phone number, bro.
Do you have any type of learning disability?
Officers also point out how absurd all of this sounds,
It's
signaling
just
to him that
stupid.
they're done putting up with his lies.
Facts, bro. Just get on this nigga's ass, bro. Cause this video is getting
Do
boring.
you have
bro.
amnesia? So there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to recall your phone number, because obviously that's something that you would give out to people, correct?
Yeah.
I don't
I didn't learn my own.
what's it called?
I didn't learn my own phone number until 2 months when I got my phone.
I don't remember my phone number, sir. I must have just got the phone or something.
So you don't remember if you just got a phone or
I
something?
didn't give it out.
See, you make no sense. I'll be quite honest with you. You're an adult, okay? If you were 2 years old, I could understand that. All right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That it's not like you stole some cookies from a cookie jar and your parents are trying to figure that out. That's not what we're dealing with here.
Bro,
So
I gotta
you
put
wanna
some
play,
places
oh, I
in
don't
the
know, I don't
store, bro.
remember.
My stomach is just.
That just makes you look
nourishment. Shit. Bro.
like you're covering things up.
No, I don't know my phone.
Because we're not.
I'm gonna tell you something. Well, you never.
You don't know your address either, huh?
I don't even have an address right now. Right? I'm trying to.
Don't you think that your life is going in the wrong way?
I mean, that's what I was doing to better. I was trying to better myself, trying to get my life together, get my own house, stuff like that, man. I was just,
How? If you don't have a phone, that you can't remember the number, how are you gonna give a job any type of phone number? How are they gonna contact you?
Facts.
You know,
because you go through the thing and it tells you it has your phone number in the phone. So that's.
I just want to contact,
okay,
bro.
well, like I said, you're not 2 years old.
Contact list.
You
It says
know,
me at the top.
you know your phone number. We're not asking you to solve world hunger or anything like that.
Bro, world
We're
hunger is
asking
solved, bro.
pretty simple questions that any adult would know. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not like we started doing this last week. And it's unfortunate that you want to act like that I don't know, I don't remember. Because everything is, show me what you have and then I'll agree or disagree with it.
Not really.
So, well, that's kind of how it went yesterday.
Right, because you don't remember being at the gas station until they showed you the picture, right? You don't remember your truck until they showed you the picture, right? Don't remember talking to this person until they showed you the picture.
Because I didn't remember who they was even talking
Do you remember anything?
Not only did they call him out on his ridiculous line of response,
So
they also
redundant.
pointed out a pattern of how he suddenly, quote-unquote, remembers details only when confronted with hard evidence.
You don't remember your truck until they showed you the picture, right? Don't remember talking to this person until they showed you the picture.
Because I didn't remember who they was even talking
Do you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember going to the gas station, get some cigarettes, and go home. It
Should
was
I give me a headache,
cigarettes
bro?
or some blunts or something like that.
So you don't know if you bought cigarettes or blunts?
It was most likely some blunts or some, I don't know. It's usually what I go for, like, you know, maybe
Oh my
something
God,
to drink.
bro.
Well, this is a pretty memorable day for you. It's not like you would just forget what happened.
That's
All right.
Look, on his conscience. Look, he want to crack
This isn't
something.
like one of your average days that, oh, maybe I ate at McDonald's or I ate at Arby's or something like that. There's some pretty significant events that took place on this date that anybody that would be involved in it would remember, unless they just don't want to. All right.
Did
Do you do any drugs?
Had with you?
Do you?
Just only smoke you had with you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro.
Do you do any drugs?
That's what I'm trying to slow down on that, sir.
Okay. Do you take any medication? All right. Are there any medications you should be taking that you don't take? So you don't have any sort of mental disabilities. You don't take any medication.
definitely got
The
some
only
mental
drug that
disabilities
you
on him.
smoke is weed. You don't do heroin, meth, coke, shrooms, acid,
No,
nothing
sir.
like that.
No.
All right. Nothing that would really. Do you drink alcohol?
Not occasionally, not like that.
You ever get so smashed that you don't know what county you're in?
No.
All right. So there's nothing that you ingest, take, or know about with your mental capacity that would make you not be able to understand or comprehend what was going on this day, correct?
I told you, like,
Alright, bro, let's
I
speed
told
this
you
up,
that
bro.
everything, man, and that's all I can,
Speed
just all
this
I,
up,
you
bro.
know.
Okay, well, here, let's start with this. What is this a picture of?
You said that, is there any way I can speak to a lawyer or something, man?
Now, clearly out of options and visibly anxious, Clayton started to shut down. But just as the detectives thought they had him, their worst nightmare played out. Clayton asked for a lawyer.
Do you want to speak with a lawyer, or can we continue speaking with you
I'd like
without
to
a
speak with a
lawyer?
lawyer, sir.
Okay,
Is there any possible way I can get
Anything
another
that can
lawyer?
speak, bro. You
we
just,
can look for one, but right now we gotta take you back upstairs.
bro, how you gonna ask for a smoke? You need a lawyer.
Since you asked for a lawyer, so we can't talk to you anymore.
I mean, I've spent the most, I've tried out the best I can, so I feel whatever, you know.
Come to
I'm not that person, like I said.
Didn't say you were, did
You see,
I?
I'm not a bad person.
There's cameras everywhere, man. Hurry up, drink your mouth.
Hey, detective's job.
Following a
job,
plea
bro.
deal to avoid trial, Hubbard pleaded guilty to first-degree reckless homicide. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison, followed by 7 years probation.
23 years for taking a life? We serious? 23 years for taking someone's life? What? Willingly? Knowingly? Bruh. Whatever, bro. Anyways. Hope you enjoyed the video, man. 23 years is crazy.